And it does feel all right, babies, because we're going out with Ray Charles and a big one from 1958. Now, the doctor is going to have to pull the plug on your life support system until tomorrow morning. But coming up next, sitting in for the ever-absent Rex Earhart, here's some guy on tape from Los Angeles.
Thanks, Johnny. It's another terrific Wednesday here in Cincinnati. Here's number one on the WKRP Heavy Hits Countdown.
Boy, where'd they get this guy anyway?
It's only for a week.
Well, I guess I can take it for that long.
I'm calling up the station.
Maybe not.
Where's Rex off to now?
Tennis tournament?
Is it time for the Debbie Boone Invitational already?
Hey, Big Bailey.
Hey, Big Herb?
Hey, Big John, how's the guy?
Let's talk about this hermetically sealed DJ.
Oh, yeah. 2 hours of show all on tape didn't cost us a dime.
Well, you'd never know it.
John, don't worry about it. You're certainly never going to be replaced by a syndicated show. You are El Numero One. Now, haven't I always said that?
Every time you want something, yeah. What do you want, Herb?
Just the use of that oh-so-persuasive voice of yours for just 3 little 60-second spots.
Forget it, pal. I'm out of here.
The guy asked for you, John.
Well, I'm sorry, Herb. You just tell him the doctor is not for sale.
Almost forgot. There's a talent fee, $35 a spot.
Sold. You were going to tell me about the fee part of it, were you?
Sure I was. You think I'd cheat you? Anyway, Dave's waiting for you. Dave, come on in here.
Herb.
Dave Wickerman, I want you to meet the incredible Dr. Johnny Fever.
Hey, this is really a pleasure. I am a fan.
Great.
I'm not kidding. I have been listening to you for 4 years.
Really?
You are one of the greats.
I wouldn't go
Hey,
so far.
Really sensational.
I don't know that I go so far.
Guys,
No, really.
I
You're
really
my guru.
I'd hate like heck to dive in here, but don't we have some spots to do, huh?
Oh, Herb.
Probably right. We can talk more about this later.
He's a wild man.
Oh, yes. Why don't we just do it in here?
In here.
We'll do 2 mics, Dave,
mics,
so you
2 mics.
take that one.
Dave, you take this one.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I'll
here.
be on this one.
John will be on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll operate the tape recorder.
He'll operate the tape recorder.
Okay.
He's really pro.
It's good.
Yeah, okay, all right. Let me fix this for you, John. That's all right. Just stoop down there, okay? All right, ready? Okay, go.
Okay, Wickerman, spot 1, take 1. Fat, what a bummer. The only things worse are dieting and boring exercises. Well, now there's another way, and here's Dave Wickerman to tell us about it.
Thanks, Johnny. Now you can cut your exercise program in half. Just supplement it with Wickerman's weight loss energy capsules.
You know, Dave, the real downer about dieting is the way it makes me all cranky and out of sorts. Bad trip.
Not anymore, John. When your mood is black, these little beauties will keep you going. And on those late nights before finals, when you're
Excuse
really
me.
feeling down and out,
Excuse me,
and you
Dave.
need something to...
Listen, it's really exceptional copy here. I mean, the message comes through loud and clear.
Great.
Oh, that's a pro talking, Dave.
And the pro isn't going to do these spots.
I'm sorry, what?
You know, Herb, your friend here is rather reptilian.
What?
Yeah, but if you put him on the air, you are definitely a snake.
John, let's talk.
What I'm trying to say is I didn't know that bouncing had any exercise value at all.
Lot you know, sitting there eating that donut. Where do they go anyway, Travis?
What's that, sir?
The donuts. Right? Those suckers, they go straight for my belt line. When you eat them, apparently they turn into hair.
Uh-oh, busy executives at work. Don't mind me.
Jennifer,
Yes.
haven't you forgotten something?
Why, of course. Silly me. Mr. Carlson, have you lost some weight?
You bet. 3 pounds.
Goodness, I would have said at least 20.
Oh.
No, make that 30. You know, you should really stop dieting. You look positively emaciated.
Thank you, Jennifer. That'll be all.
My pleasure. On the other hand, you could lose a couple of pounds. You too.
Thanks. Big guy. Big guy. Big guy, fever went nuts and attacked one of my clients.
What?
What are you talking about?
Dave Wickerman of Wickerman's Weight Loss Studio. I mean, the nicest guy to ever walk this earth, and he called him a snake right to his face.
Doesn't sound like Johnny.
Then he called me one, too.
Oh, that does sound like Johnny.
I swear, if Dave wasn't such a nice guy, he'd have canceled right there on the spot. But fortunately, I just kind of jumped in there and turned on the old charm and saved the account. No thanks to fever.
Well, I'll talk to Johnny.
Did you gain some weight, big guy?
Take a look at the copy.
What, he's selling diet aids?
Well, they're not regular diet aids. I mean, when your mood is black, these little beauties will keep you going.
So?
So? You think maybe the guy is trying to sell speed?
Oh, come on, John.
Look, not only that, I point out he's trying to sell it to kids down here on those late nights before finals. Now, what does taking a final exam have to do with losing weight?
Look, this is nuts. The guy cannot be selling speed over the counter.
Well, I am saying that he is.
Actually, you're both right.
Oh, great. A drug expert.
Black beauties, yellow jackets, mini white crosses, rainbows, reds, whites, ups, downs.
Lester.
What you have here are probably lookalikes or turkeys, as we say on the street.
Right.
They're counterfeits of the actual amphetamines. They contain abnormally high concentrations of caffeine or other substances that are not federally controlled. But if you take enough of them, you go speeding. As Frank Zappa once said.
How do you know so much?
If either of you paid any attention at all to my noon reports, you'd know I did an in-depth study on them weeks ago.
Well,
these lookalikes have surfaced in a number of major cities, but there's nothing anyone can do about them because they aren't the real drugs.
well, if that's the case, then what is the harm?
So naive. You tell him, John.
Well, kids think they're harmless because they're not real, so they start gobbling them by the handful.
Right. Okay. I'll go have a confusing conversation with Carlson about this. I'll take care of it, don't worry.
Good. Les,
I know about Mary Jane, too. So watch your step.
Mary Jane who?
Gone to lunch.
You seen Herb? Freeze.
Andy, I've been looking all over for you. Come on, let's do the lunch thing. What do you feel like having?
A word with you?
Now what have I done?
Herb, I'm not sure, but let's find out together, shall we?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you, me, and Mr. Carlson are going to pay a little visit to your good friend, Mr. Wickerman.
You want to lose some weight?
Maybe. Maybe 160 pounds of polyester.
Great. Anybody here?
Well,
Look.
as advertised on WKRP.
Hey, Herb.
Dave?
Hey, see you brought some of your buddies by, huh?
Yeah, this is,
Oh, hey, looks like you got here just in the nick of time.
Hey.
We'll get you back in shape in no time. Herb,
Hey,
listen, I'm glad you came by because I got some new copy. You'll save me a trip. Just
Right.
get any of the other jocks at the station to record it,
Well,
okay?
these guys
Well,
are...
the truth of the matter is, sir, that we're not going to be running those spots after all.
I'm sorry, I don't think we've met.
Yeah, hi. I'm Andy Travis, program director at WKRP. This is Arthur Carlson. He's the station manager.
Station manager? Wow, all the brats, huh? So, tell me, what's this about not running the spots?
Well, a funny thing. Would you believe we're sold out?
WKRP?
I think what Mr. Carlson means is we've had a little change in the scheduling situation, so we just like to give you this check back and call it even.
Oh, listen, I don't want to cause any trouble, but I tell you, I need to run those spots.
You do?
Yeah, listen, you have no idea how tough it's been just trying to get a station to sell me some time.
Well, the fact is that Herb made a mistake in selling you that time, so Herb, you give him the check.
Would somebody please tell me what's going on here?
Shirley. Big guy? Look, we just don't want you on our station. I mean, you're selling this stuff to kids.
No, hold on a second. First of all, there is nothing wrong with my energy capsules.
Well, that's not what we heard.
Second of all, I don't sell anything to minors or children without the express consent of their parents.
What's that? A note from Mommy, is it? You check all the signatures out, do you?
I operate within the law, and I expect you to do the same.
What does he mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that I have a contract in my office, on my desk, with your signature on it and yours, that says I get 18 spots a week for 2 weeks. And I want those spots.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wickerman, but we just can't do it.
Oh, come on, guys. Come on, don't make me call my lawyer. I don't want to have to be the bad guy, huh? Hey, listen. Why don't you just relax and take these and have a good time, huh?
You go ahead and call your lawyer. F. Lee Bailey, if you like. We have an attorney, too. There's not a court in this land that'd make us run your lousy commercials.
Behind the 8-ball, up the creek, between a rock and a hard place, hanging by a thread, with a snowball's chance in hell.
How do you mean that?
You let this thing get to court, you could be left twisting in the wind.
You've got to be joking.
Lawyers never joke about the law, okay?
Look, I'm sorry, Mr. Bartman, but that's not right.
We're not talking about right. We're talking about the law. Now, look, you've made a contractual agreement with this man. He's done nothing to violate that contract.
How can a judge tell me who I have for a client?
Look, you do spots for aspirin, right?
Do we?
So you have no policy against advertising over-the-counter drugs.
Well, so what?
So what do you think the man is selling, wall-to-wall carpeting?
Look, aspirins help people. Wickerman calls his junk stimulants.
But it's all legal, and you're discriminating against them.
You're darn right we are, Frank. I mean, that guy doesn't even take his own pills. Heck, he weighs more than I do, for crying out loud.
I'm not your conscience, Arthur. I'm your lawyer. My advice is run the spots for a couple of weeks. When his contract's up, it's all over.
No, I say we cancel him now and we take our chances in court.
Me too.
But you don't pay my retainer, you know. Your mother does. So I'm to be reporting to her.
You will?
Uh-huh. Now, your mother doesn't go to court, you know. It's far too expensive, and it's messy. So if it's your intention to ignore my advice, I'm gonna tell on you.
So he sues, man. So what?
Why are you so excited about this?
Because the guy's selling speed. Man, I thought speed was gone. We gotta fight this guy.
Look, we can't afford to go to court, so forget about it.
Andy, real speed is gone because it killed everybody. Junkies don't even want it back.
Once the Republicans got in, everybody just switched to downers.
Now look, you guys, we're just gonna have to ride this thing out.
Well, great. When is Herb going after a concealable handgun account?
Here are the disclaimers. Now, I want these read before every Wickerman spot.
This station does not endorse or recommend the use of the following product. Wow, really hard-hitting stuff.
Yeah, well, lawyer wrote it.
Yeah, well, he left out all the whereases and therefores.
Just do the best you can with it, all right?
This is the worst, man. I can't believe they could force us to... What is it? What? You got that look in your eye. I can see it behind those shades. What look is that? That vigilante justice look.
Whereas
it is strictly the opinion of this announcer, and therefore by no means a provable fact, the sponsor you're about to hear from is, to wit, a real scumbucket. Trying to lose weight?
All that boring exercise that used to lead nowhere is gone forever.
No, with Wickerman's weight loss program, you'll take
They have been doing that for the last 2 hours. So far, the man has been called a scumbucket, nerd, freak, gutter snipe, and, what was that? Oh, yeah.
A wahoo. What's a wahoo?
I think it's an insurance company.
Scum bucket?
Yes, sir.
Has Wickerman called in here yet?
Not yet.
All right, ladies, let me tell you what I think we ought to do. Jennifer, would you please call my lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Bailey, would you mind bringing me the heads of Johnny Fever and Venus Flytrap on a platter?
Yes, sir.
Where's Travis?
Downstairs, donut shop.
Oh, call down, tell him never to come in here again, and have Les beaten up for no particular reason.
No, I'll handle that. What about Herb?
Herb is mine. Oh. Thank you, ladies. Gee, it's a pleasure doing business with women.
Now, I know I didn't go to one of those big Ivy League law schools, and I didn't graduate at the top of my class, but I do know that scum buckets is slanderous and definitely actionable.
Which means?
Well, I think the legal term for it would be your keisters in a sling.
Oh, boy.
I gotta admit, at first I was a little ticked off, but those spots, they're working like a charm. They're the talk of the town.
And they love it.
Gosh, dog it.
What?
Johnny and Venus's nut bar spots are working.
Of course they are. How many times have I told you? The more tasteless commercials are, the better they work.
I gotta talk to Carlson about this. This might not be so easy to write out.
Thanks. Andy? Andy should see this. So should Mr. Carlson.
No, then so should I.
I want to show it to someone in authority.
Right. Where did you get this?
It was a news tip. Now, give it back.
No. And you're not going to show it to Mr. Carlson. Or Andy either, and I mean it, Les. This is Herbert. Oh. Hi, Andy. How's the guy?
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing much. What are you doing?
Looking for Carlson? Why are you in here?
In here?
Yeah.
Just making a quick tape. That's all. Nothing much.
Mm-hmm. Tape for what?
Put on the air.
No, Herb, let me explain to you how this works. You see, you sell the spots, and the DJs, they go on the air.
I know, but I have got to do this, Andy. I have got to do the right thing. I mean, you're always doing the right thing, and Mr. Carlson's always doing the right thing, and I'm tired of being the only person around here without a shred of human decency. I mean, it bugs me.
What in the hell are you talking about, Herb?
This.
Oh, good Lord. Is this true? Do it.
Really?
Yeah, right now.
You want to help me record it?
No, we don't record it, Herb. You go right in there and we do it live.
Oh, no. No, I couldn't do that, you see, because I'm the guy who always screws up, remember?
You're the guy that wants to do it right, remember? Now, come on. Come on. All right, out of the way, guys. Herbert's going on the air.
You know, it's funny. You work here long enough, you start hallucinating.
Get out.
Herb's going on the air.
Yeah.
Does this mean we're going to have to go out and sell something?
No, you got it. Sit down. And now, a surprise editorial by Herbert R. Tarlick, WKRP sales manager.
This is Herbert R. Tarlick.
I already said that.
Oh. A couple of days ago, I sold some commercials to Wickerman's weight loss studio. They were advertising these energy capsules and that were supposed to be legal and harmless. Well, today, a 15-year-old kid keeled over in his gym class, and his coach found these pills in his locker. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I shouldn't have sold these spots to Mr. Wickerman, and I'm going to tear up his contract. I mean, he says he's going to sue us. I hope he doesn't. But I just wanted to say I'm sorry that we advertised this stuff, and, well, we're not going to do it anymore. Yeah. I want it known that I still believe in the free enterprise system, and I believe in the right of anybody to advertise their product so long as it doesn't make kids faint. So, well, if you have a product that you'd like to advertise, just give me a call. My name is Herb Tarlick, and the phone number is 55.
Thank you, Herbert. Now we continue with our regular programming.
Yep.
You done good, Herb.
But I wasn't through yet.
Yo, sure you were. Sure.
You did the right thing, Herb.
I guess I did, didn't I?
Yeah, even if you picked my show to do it in.
Sorry about that. Just, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Congratulations. Herb. Herb, come here. Thanks.
WKRP in Cincinnati. We'll be back after this.
Hey, man, guess what? Drove by Wickerman's on the way in.
A lot of picket signs?
Twice as many as yesterday. Now, here's the best part. There's a sign in the window that says, going out of business.
Really?
Yeah, I heard about that. I had Herb check it out. The guy's landlord's throwing him out.
Outstanding. So we've won.
No. He's moving to the other side of town. All perfectly legal.
Why, Mr. Carlson, have you lost some more weight?
As a matter of fact, I've gained 4 pounds and I feel great. How about you?
I have one of those headaches I get whenever we get too much mail.
Uh-oh. Listen, if anybody wants me, I'll be down the donut shop.
Monster lizard ravages East Coast. Mayors in 5 New England cities have issued emergency requests for federal disaster relief as a result of the giant lizard that descended on the East Coast last night. Officials say this lizard, the worst since '78, has devastated transportation, disrupted communications, and left many hundreds homeless.
Monster lizard?
The wire service never lies.
Les, the B is out on the printer. It's Monster Blizzard. Are you going to go back on the air?
Well, I don't know if I should explain this or just go on.
Just go on.
Turning to the local scene. Last night in downtown Cincinnati, a fire swept through the Vine Street Mission. Fortuitously, no one was injured in the blaze, but damage to the Mission kitchen was extensive. Now, in an exclusive Les Nessman interview recorded on the scene, here is Dr. Johnny Fever, local radio personality, who is on the scene.
This is Dr. Johnny.
Yes, Les, this is Johnny Fever, and I'm here at the Mission, and there's flaming activity all around me. How's that, Les? I hang out here a lot, especially on Wednesday nights. It's chicken gumbo night. And as Les said, it is fortuitous that no one was injured, but the kitchen is really a mess. And with the loss in federal funds, the Mission's going to have to do without a lot, including chicken gumbo, unfortunately. Unless, of course, somebody comes up with some money out there, which is not a bad idea. Why don't you start the contributions rolling? How much can we put you down for, Les?
That was Johnny Fever. Now stay tuned for Johnny Fever.
This has been the news with Les Nessman.
It's a rock and roll monster.
Here comes Flat Top, here comes
Another unique Nessman experience for radio listeners everywhere.
Well, thank you, John.
My friend, my pal, my chum.
No.
You know, oh, come on, Les, hear me out.
You're always asking me for money.
No, I'm always asking you for a loan. This is a contribution. There's a lot of difference.
Well, I don't think so.
Les, look, I know that you handle your money a lot better than anybody else around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably wade through wads of it in your apartment, huh?
You're making jokes?
Les, it's a worthwhile cause, and these are good people. Just once, loosen the money belt, let that cash flow, huh?
Well, is it tax deductible?
I don't know. Sure.
Well, if you're sure.
I'm positive.
Here, John.
$10. Well, listen, Les, I realize this is a big chunk for you. Sincerely, I really want to thank you, and a lot of other people do too, man. If we can get this thing.
Don't ever do that again.
I tell you what, you give me $20, I'll never talk to you again.
Hi, Jennifer.
Oh, hi, Les. I heard your newscast this morning.
About the...
Lizards.
Yeah. Little boo-boo.
But a very speedy recovery.
Oh, Jennifer.
Oh, cheer up, Les. This came for you. It's from the Plowing Patriots of Omaha. I think it's that little award you've been waiting for.
Oh, boy. It's the Copper Cob Award. Ooh.
Nice.
I've got to go show this to Bailey.
Oh, dear.
Johnny, look what I got.
Nice. Jennifer.
Is this about the building fund for the Vine Street mission?
Yeah, it is.
Of course I'll contribute.
Well, I was thinking about talking to Carlson about it.
No, he's in conference with Andy right now.
Well, what approach would you recommend?
Get it in writing and don't take no for an answer.
Okay. You got a steno pad?
Johnny.
I'm sorry.
I have a message pad.
Fine.
And while you're working on him, I'll see if I can't come up with a few donations on my own.
Would you?
Of course, it's my pleasure. How much do you need?
Well, they said about $40,000 to rebuild, you know, but anything's appreciated.
Duck soup.
All right, here comes the pitch.
Tie on the sides. Well, you're good at this. How do you do it?
Excuse me, AC.
Not now, Fever.
It's really tough at the top, huh, boys?
Look, we're just taking a few minutes out to relax. Is that all right? Okay, you're up to bat. I'm pitching.
Could I ask a question here?
Make it quick, will you?
Yeah, I thought that it'd be a good idea for the station to start a fund to rebuild the Vine Street mission. They had a little fire down there last night.
Yeah, sure. Put me down for $10.
Could I put you down for 20?
You put me down for what I tell you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See what you do with this pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Over the center field. Are you still here, Fever?
Well, I just wanted to ask, what do you think you paid for this little game?
About $160.
$160. I guess, Travis, anything Mr. Carlson can do, you can probably top, huh?
Bet your boots.
Thank you very much. Fans of chicken gumbo, thank you both.
Just close the door, will you, Fever?
Oh, no, that's fantastic. Canned food would be a big help. Yes, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Morning.
Morning.
Did you hear anything about a giant lizard on the East Coast?
Oh, yes, sir. He is alive and well, and he's coming this way.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Maybe. Maybe not. But I would lock my car door on the way home tonight, Herbie.
Yeah.
Herb. Johnny is trying to raise funds for the underprivileged at the Vine Street mission. How much can I put you down for?
Underprivileged?
Yes.
As in poor?
That's right.
Passaroni.
Why?
Because I don't believe in the poor. I believe everyone should pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, like Venus did.
In your ear, Herb.
These people don't even have boots, much less boot straps. They need your help. It's called charity.
That's charity. Read her lips.
Look, I don't believe in charity, period, end of report.
I know I'm gonna regret asking this, but why is that, Herb?
Well, because people only give to charity to make themselves look good.
I might have known.
I mean, they want to impress people. Me, I'm a little bit different. I mean, I want people to like me for me. So, don't talk to HRT Jr. about charity, because I'm just a little too real for that.
You don't give to charity?
Never.
You swear you don't give to charity?
I swear, I never give to charity.
Do you swear that you never give to charity in front of the Internal Revenue Auditor?
Well,
You are the lowest form of life that I have ever encountered.
all right. Put me down for $20.
20, thank you.
You play dirty, Bailey.
I know. Venus.
Venus?
Venus.
Venus?
Venus.
It's okay, Bailey. Don't pressure it.
I know. I'm all for it. I'll give.
Great. How much should I put you down for?
Okay, I'll tell you what. Double whatever it is you're giving.
I was hoping it'd be a little more than that.
Yeah, that's right. That is too cheap. Put me down for 3 times what it is you're giving.
See, Venus, this is kind of a personal thing with me. I mean, I understand these people. They're lightly warped, but they're trying.
Lightly warped?
Yeah, by life. But they deserve our support.
Aha. Tell you what. I'll give you a week's salary if you get that poster out of here.
Well, you know I love you, Grace, and I like your music, but charity comes first. Guess which DJ has managed to raise almost $500 this morning?
Are his initials Johnny Fever?
That's right.
Congratulations, Johnny.
Yeah. Jennifer's helping raise funds. How's it going?
I'm finished.
You quit?
$40,000 was all you needed, wasn't it?
You've already raised $40,000?
Well, in a manner of speaking. I'm having several of my friends over to my apartment this evening. I tell them about your charity. They take out their checkbooks. It's just a matter of a few hors d'oeuvres and a little chit-chat.
Not even 10 o'clock.
Oh, well, I could have been faster, but with Onassis and Rockefeller gone, you have to scramble a little bit more.
Jennifer, what would you say if Ronald Reagan called and asked you to be Secretary of the Treasury, huh?
I said no. Charity is much more fun. One only has to work when one wants to.
Yeah, Jennifer, you really ought to come down to the mission and get to know some of these folks.
I'd love to, sometime.
Yeah, there's this one guy, Charlie. He can pull his lower lip up over his nose.
Now that's entertainment.
You know what? I'm just so much better at raising money, which reminds me, I would like the two of you to come to my apartment tonight. Bring the whole gang. Starts around 7. Plenty of food and drink.
You want us there?
Of course.
With all your wealthy friends?
Johnny, what is the point of having a party like this if the people who are going to contribute don't meet the people involved? Just be there.
Wow. It's too bad you gotta work.
Yeah, that's right. That's a shame. That's a party that cries out for a minority member.
Bailey, would you watch the time and take these stuffed mushrooms out in exactly 8 minutes?
Right. Do we serve these before or after we hit them for the money?
It goes like this. Cheese puffs, cocktails, money, stuffed mushrooms.
Ah.
Then, double cognac, money, triple cognac, money, money, money.
Beautiful.
Just think of this as a very expensive Tupperware party, right?
Jennifer, Bailey has something to do. Why am I useless?
Well, because... Just kidding. Les, the most important job at a party is to make sure that everyone's glasses are always full. Can I count on you?
Of course.
Now, wait a minute. You are the Mittenoffs? As of the Mittenoff Library?
Yes, that's right.
And the Mittenhoff wing of the Memorial Hospital.
That's correct.
Well, say, you people are all right. I had my hernia repaired in your wing. Nice, clean, modern. I just love that.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Mr. Carlson, please have one of my cheese puffs. They're a northern Italian recipe I got in Venice.
Venice is so lovely. But the water smells, I felt.
Water stinks here, too. Check it out sometime.
Jennifer, I'm so glad you moved back to this apartment.
They rezoned my neighborhood to commercial.
She made a bundle on it.
Herb, take this cheese puff and eat it. Mr. and Mrs. Mittenoff just returned from Washington. How are things in our capital?
Oh, the Gipper's doing one hell of a job.
He's cutting everything to the bone. We're going to have a balanced budget if it kills us all.
Hey, Mittenoff. My wife and I went to Washington about 3 years ago. The Lincoln Memorial is pretty good. There's a great big guy sitting in a chair.
Why don't we all sit down and get comfortable?
Thank you, Jennifer.
Here. Now, as you may have read in the papers, the Vine Street Mission was damaged in a fire last night. Apparently, something just got out of hand in the kitchen.
Oh, dear.
And there is no money to rebuild it. The funds have run out.
Jennifer, I think the time has come when the private sector should take care of their own. Now, how much do we need?
Well, Dr. Fever, he's an announcer at our station. Perhaps you've heard of him.
No,
sorry.
not really.
Dr. Johnny Fever, he's really quite popular.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Anyway, he's a friend of the mission, and he says that the damages amount to about $40,000. Now, the ball has already started rolling. Why, Mr. Carlson and Mr. Travis have already made very substantial donations.
Jennifer, I wonder if we aren't thinking too small here, putting $40,000 into an old building. Why don't we put up a brand new building?
Oh, Judge, that is exciting. What do you have in mind?
Well, it just so happens I have a parcel of land I have no use for in the Price Hill area.
Oh. That's wonderful. Thank you.
That's an excellent idea, Sid. But what's a plot of land without a building? Now, I will contribute $50,000 to the construction of that new building.
Holy moly.
I love it when you do things like that. You just come right out with it.
And I'm pretty sure I can lay my hands on 50,000 more.
Oh, Sid, I just knew you would.
These guys are murder.
Herb, Andy would like to see you in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Herb, why don't we make the Mittenoffs a couple of zombies?
Okay, fine. You're gonna love these. They'll knock you on your butt. Come on.
I think I'll just slip in there with them. But Travis, we need to talk.
Well, I certainly invited the right people here this evening. Thank you so very much. And I know what the people from the mission would say if they were here. Well, that must be Dr. Fever.
Oh, that's the very famous one.
Oh, yes, of course.
Gang's all here.
Hello.
This is Sheila Morgan. She's Vine Street's corresponding secretary and historian. And this is this year's president, Charlie Jones. And, of course, Percy Romanoff, our acting vice president, treasurer, and what else is it?
Sergeant at Arms.
Right. I hope we're not late. I had a hard time convincing him you really wanted him to come.
Well, what a wonderful surprise.
See, I told you. I just thought it'd help things along if I brought all of them.
Well, it'll make things interesting. I'd like to introduce our new guests to the Mittenoffs and the Randalls.
Hi. Thanks for coming. We all appreciate it. Sheila, this is Bailey. Bailey. Sheila,
Nice to meet you. I think I'll go help with the zombies.
Me too.
Well, why don't we all come right in here to the living room and be, well, chummy?
Charlie, why don't you tell them about the kitchen?
Well, sir, the damn thing just blew up. I mean, I was there. It scared me so bad. I just about...
Percy? Why don't you were there, too?
Uh-huh.
It was a big, it was like, it reminded me of, it was just something.
Well, why don't we tell the folks what the mission means to us before the explosion? Sheila, you tell them.
Well, see, we don't like the name mission. That's why, among us anyway, we call it the David Niven Golf and Steam Club.
Oh, isn't that cute?
Well, we've written several letters to Mr. Niven, but we don't know where to send them.
Thank you, Sheila.
Oh, we saw David Niven in Florence.
Florence, South Carolina. I got arrested there once for stealing, the hell was that thing? I remember I wanted it.
You know, it is so nice to have all these wonderful and diverse people together. We have the lovely people who are making contributions to the building fund, and the people who will be enjoying the building when it's funded. Oh, goodness, we should do this more often.
What building?
We're thinking of giving you people a new building.
We don't need a building, we need a kitchen.
This building is in Price Hill.
Price Hill? That's a suburb.
Price Hill. Price? Oh, yeah. I stole, what the hell did I steal up there?
You steal things?
Well, I think I do. But I don't seem to remember, and I don't have any of this stuff at home.
I think perhaps, Jennifer, we should be on our way.
I think we should go too, dear.
Oh, I'm sorry you have to leave so soon, but you will be helping us, won't you?
Oh, yes, Jennifer. We said we would, and we will.
Well, but we don't need the building. We need the kitchen.
We'll see. We'll talk about it.
And it can't be up in Price Hill because there ain't no bums up there.
I think this is rather presumptuous. It is our money, and you keep telling us that you don't like this and that you don't like that.
Yeah, but you can't go moving the mission around that much because there's drunks out there trying to find it. And it's got to be exactly where they think it is. I mean, you can't move it a foot.
Jennifer, we've enjoyed it.
Oh, so have I, Judge. Thank you all for coming.
Good
night, Jennifer. Good night, dear.
Wait a minute. I just don't get it here. Now, you're the people who said you were going to give the money, right? I mean, the deal is down. And now you see the bums who are going to get it, so you want to get out of it. Is that what's happening here?
Please, Johnny, I'd rather not have a scene.
Well, I just want to know what kind of people they are, anyway.
They're my friends.
Well, they're my friends, and this is just checkbook charity. Yeah, it's, here's my money, give me my tax break, but let me out of here.
Well, at least they're willing to give it, and they don't have to. What about your friends? I haven't even heard a thank you yet.
Well, hell, we got all dressed up to come up here.
Please, Jennifer, it's all right, really.
No, it's not.
I get it, Jennifer. The poor are supposed to say, thank you, rich people. Where would we be without you? Is that it?
No, it's okay, Johnny,
No,
really.
it's not okay, Sheila.
I hate free.
So do I.
Yeah, but this is so condescending.
And so ungrateful.
What, you think my friends are just a bunch of bums? Is that it? When's the last time you had a drink? Charlie?
5 years ago.
Percy?
4.5.
Sheila?
About an hour ago.
Overall, it's a pretty good record.
All right. Judge, did you or did you not give all of that money to the daycare center?
That was an anonymous donation.
Patsy?
He did. I'm sorry, but I'm very proud of you.
And the Mintonoffs donated a library. They didn't have to do that.
Is that you? The Mittenoff Library?
Yes. Did you ever check a book out from there?
No, sir. I already have a book.
Excuse me, but I was an exotic dancer at one time. So I know a little bit about how life works. See, I think you rich people give money mainly because it makes you feel good, right? It's a kick. Yeah, we know it. See, that's why we don't jump right in and say, oh, thank you, thank you. But on the other hand, we'll take the money, because we need it. So, see, in a way, everybody's getting what they need. But don't expect us recipients to go all the way down to the buff, if you know what I mean.
Were you really an exotic dancer?
Yeah.
Well, I have this fantasy. I have this thing about exotic...
Maybe you should all get together and talk about everything.
Why don't we sit down?
You know, when we were in Hawaii, he bought me this outfit.
Listen, Jennifer, I'm sorry I got mad.
I'm sorry I got mad too.
Does that mean you might be willing to commit a charitable act?
No, and I don't give at the office either.
Jennifer, sorry, but I forgot the stuffed mushrooms, and they kind of caught on fire, and Herb kind of poured his zombie on it. And, oh, to make a long story short, I just think this is a very bad week for kitchens in Cincinnati. Excuse me.
This is Venus, my children. Here we sit. And let the sounds of music creep in our ears. Soft stillness in the night become the touches of sweet harmony.
Andy, what are you doing in here?
I'm looking for you. What are you doing, holding a seance?
Of course not. Having a meeting.
Oh, with who?
My spiritual advisor.
Uh-huh. Where is she?
What's with all the questions?
I'm the inquisitive type.
Listen, I don't suppose I could have a little bit of that there holy water?
Only if you promise to drink it in your office.
All right. You got a deal.
I thank you. By the way, I want to tell you that for the last hour, you've been in violation of Title 47 CFR, Section 73.1201.
What does that mean?
Yeah, simply stated, if you don't hurry up and put on a station ID, KRP could lose its license, and your job.
One should never hurry, Andy. Remember that.
Well, I can't figure it out. Well, man, maybe you just frightened her off with your animal magnetism. Maybe she got kidnapped by aliens on her way to the White House. Maybe she decided she hated you and split.
Are you kidding? First of all, the woman doesn't get scared. Second, she comes up here dressed really dangerous, brings me champagne, gives me a gift. Check out the dollar value of this, huh? I tell you, if it ain't love, it's a vicious case of like.
Now that's what I like to see. One man admiring another man's earrings. Kind of helps me keep my priorities in line.
Did you see a girl last night?
As a matter of fact, I did. In my apartment. It's quite fun.
Talking about around here.
Oh, you mean did I see your guru?
Well, did you see her?
No.
Who?
Venus lost a girl.
Lost a girl? When?
Last night.
Why would you want to do that?
I didn't. I mean, I didn't exactly lose her. It was more of a case she
dumped him.
What happened?
Seems our man was having a romantic interlude, and
she went to the washroom. Yeah. Used to happen to me all the time. She take her purse?
Uh-huh.
If they take their purse, they're not coming back. That's why I always try to get their car keys.
Did you go after her?
Yeah.
In the ladies' room?
Mm-hmm.
Venus.
I knocked first.
Good golly.
It was
very bizarre in there, too.
Really?
I've never seen anything quite like it in my life.
Really? Excuse me.
Maybe you were coming on just a little bit too hard.
Actually, she was coming on. I was still trying to tune up my imagination. Now I'm all tuned up and no place to show.
Venus, these are Sergeants Alcorn and Davies.
Air Force?
Police.
Traffic?
Lee Gordon Sims, also known as Venus Flytrap.
Yeah, what's this all about?
Crime. The burglary of a wholesale jeweler in this building. Are you familiar with a woman named Jessica Langtree?
Yeah, where is she?
We have her in custody.
Custody for what?
Mr. Sims, you're under arrest.
Hey, you guys need a warrant for that?
Yeah, you got a warrant for this?
Of course we have a warrant. We're professionals.
Put your hands behind your back, please.
Well, is that really necessary?
I'm afraid so.
Mr. Sims, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to the lawyer and have him present with you.
Hey, Venus.
Hi, Mr. Carlson.
How's it going?
Real good.
Well, good.
What are you doing in that beard?
It's part of the disguise, man. So, did you get any sleep?
Are you kidding? I don't have what you would call great accommodations here.
This place is a palace compared to where I did time in Mexico, man. I mean, you could barely eat the food. How is the food here now? The last time I was here...
I don't care about the food, Johnny. I want to get out of here. This place is serious, man. I haven't been here 24 hours yet, and already 3 guys have asked me to dance. And these guys really want to dance. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, if I'm not out of here soon, I'm going to become one great boxer or one hell of a great dancer.
We tried to get you out yesterday, and we'll bail you out this afternoon for sure, but you have got a lot of legal problems.
What are you talking about? What kind of legal problems? I haven't done anything.
I know, man. It's that girlfriend of yours. One of the cops told me they stopped her car, and she had a lot of jewelry. She wasn't wearing it. You know what I mean? See, it's the loot from that wholesale jeweler down on the 4th floor, and now they got you tied into it because you snuck her into the building past the night guard.
But I'm always sneaking women into the building. I can't believe this.
I know, man. Just, it'll all get straightened out. It's a mix-up. Don't worry now. Carlson's got an attorney for you and everything, so just...
No, not Mr. Carlson. You get the lawyer. No, not you. Jennifer. Jennifer, get the lawyer. Relax, man. Going back to the old ballroom.
It's a classic case of circumstantial evidence.
Good. Very good.
No, there's no good or bad in the law, Arthur. The law is set up by and for our society as a whole. Now, in determining whether someone has actually broken the law, evidence must be brought forth. Direct evidence is simple. A number of people see the man commit the crime. Circumstantial evidence is something else again. It's a puzzle. It's like a puzzle. It's just, let me give you an example. There's an isolated house in the middle of a field, a body on the living room floor, a bullet hole in the living room window, footprints in the newly fallen snow leading directly from the window to our man standing alone at the edge of the field. Is he guilty?
Maybe he just looked in the window after the crime.
That is right. That is exactly right. Do you understand that another piece of that puzzle is necessary? We need the smoking gun. And the smoking gun. Do you see how the picture changes? If we find our man standing there still holding the smoking murder weapon in his trembling hand, add to this a little history of animosity between our man and the murder victim, and the balance tips toward guilt, even though nobody has actually seen our man do anything.
I have a question.
Yes.
How did the man in the field keep his gun smoking so long after the shooting?
What?
Lass! Guns just don't go on smoking forever.
Come on. Think. Let me see. Sims has been arrested on the basis of a very few pieces of very circumstantial evidence. However, I don't believe that anyone has a smoking gun in this case.
Mr. Bartman,
Yes.
you said we could help. How?
Well, I need you all as character witnesses. I need you all to testify that Mr. Sims had neither the motive nor the opportunity nor the inclination to commit this crime.
That's no problem.
I think I'd be wanting to use all of you, with the possible exception of Mr. Nessman, until things start to go bad and when we're looking for a mistrial.
Gentlemen, are we ready?
Yes, Your Honor. If it please the court, may I bring your attention to information number 821504, Gordon Sims.
Mr. Sims, you understand that this is not really a trial.
If it please Your Honor, I represent Mr. Sims in this matter, and he is aware that this is a preliminary hearing, not a determination of guilt, or innocence.
Thank you, Counselor. State ready.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sims is charged with 5 counts of burglary, 1 count of possession of stolen property, also with conspiracy to commit a felony and pandering.
Call your first witness.
The state would like to call Miss Jessica Langtree.
Is that the girl?
I believe so.
Gee, I don't see how she could commit a crime.
I like her.
Would you state your name, please?
Jessica Langtree.
Do you know Gordon Sims?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Langtree, I'd like you to tell us in your own words how you come to be here today.
I guess I'm here because I'm a victim of love. I loved Venus. I did anything he wanted me to.
Venus is Mr. Sims's sobriquet?
Yes. Anyway, he had a plan that would give us everything we wanted, he said.
And you went along with this plan?
Yes. I did anything he told me.
Such as?
We burglarized a jewelry wholesaler.
Wexler Jewelers, in the same building where Mr. Sims works.
Yes. I'm so ashamed.
Oh, my goodness.
How'd you do it?
Venus put on a pre-recorded tape of his show.
So it would sound as though he were on the air, when in fact the two of you were committing the crime.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Ms. Langtree, was this the only time that you and Mr. Sims committed a burglary?
No. There were 4 other times.
4 times! She's mine! She's mine!
Counselor, warn your client.
Sit down, sit down. Venus, control yourself.
I'm not going to sit here and let her lie.
You have to. This is a court of law.
Officer Davies, what did you find when you searched Mr. Sims's apartment?
A collection of Oriental porcelain, the remnants of an antique gold coin collection, $11,134 in cash, and the usual furnishings and accoutrements, which in this case all had a certain elegance.
Sergeant, what else have you been able to find in this investigation?
Well, at the time of Mr. Sims' arrest, he was wearing a diamond earring, which upon further investigation proved to be one of the stolen items taken from a previous burglary at Brandt's Jewelers. We discovered that there had been at least 4 other burglaries committed in exactly the same way during the last month.
The same modus operandi?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, you're laughing. Is something wrong?
No, sir. I find the use of Latin funny.
Yeah, I work the evening drive time shift in 4 to 8.
What time does everyone go home?
Oh, gosh, that's so hard to say. We work so darn hard.
Usually?
5.
So Mr. Sims is alone, usually, at the station between 5 and 8.
Yeah, but this is ridiculous. Now, I know Gordon Sims to be a forthright and upstanding person.
Do you know him well?
Yes.
Is this a picture of him?
Not a very good one.
But is it him?
Well, it does sort of look like him, doesn't it?
Your Honor, this is a composite drawing done by a police artist based upon an eyewitness description given by a night watchman at Brandt Jewelers who saw this man running from the back of the office on the night of the robbery with a satchel in his hand at 7:15 p.m. Mr. Travis, did you work late on the night of February 28th?
Yes, I did.
Did you notice whether Mr. Sims used a tape recorder on that night?
That's standard practice.
No. Just answer the question.
Yes.
How long had the tape recorder been playing?
Gosh, that's hard to say.
But just roughly.
An hour, maybe.
Hour? Maybe? Maybe more.
Maybe.
Did you actually see Mr. Sims at all that night?
Yes, I did.
For how long?
A few minutes.
Hmm?
I said a few minutes.
A few minutes. So you don't know where he was for an hour, maybe more.
No.
Thank you, Mr. Travis.
It's simple. She's a liar.
Miss Clears, I must caution you against making wild accusations. You will confine your remarks in this matter to Mr. Sims. Is that clear?
Your Honor, I am sure you do your job very well. But unlike you, most people ignore their responsibility to justice. The law says you can kill baby seals. Just bash their heads in. So don't tell me about the law. It's the same with the dolphins. Huh? You know, flipper, ching. Okay.
I know for a fact that Gordon Sims is a fine man who would never break the law under any circumstances. You have my word on that.
Your word?
That's right.
Mr. Caravella, have you ever been arrested yourself?
It's my feeling that Mr. Sims could never be involved in what you've suggested.
You sound very sure of yourself, Miss Marlowe.
I am.
Even after hearing the overwhelming evidence, you still...
That will be enough of that. This witness has kindly consented to come down here and answer all your questions. You've done nothing but browbeat her. I will not have that sort of thing going on in my court.
Thank you, Corky.
Mr. Tarlick, would you say that you and Mr. Sims got along?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, we have our differences. Most black and white people do. I mean, you can disagree as long as you don't shoot anybody.
No, you're not saying that Mr. Sims carries a firearm.
Oh, heck no. Venus doesn't even like guns. He almost shot Andy one night and has been sick about it ever. It wasn't Venus's fault. See, he thought that Andy was a burglar. See, we'd had a burglary in the station.
You mean there was another burglary in the same building?
Right.
See? Let's say he did do it.
All right.
You would still have to prove it. That's the law.
Yes.
Smoking gun.
Yes. Mr. Nesman, do you know if Mr. Sims has ever been involved in a crime before?
Just the one time when he broke into a photographer's studio to steal some photographs of a friend of ours who was naked at the time, but that was different. He had to. It wasn't his idea.
Oh, perfect. This isn't me.
It does look like you.
Yes, it's a black man with a beard.
Can you tell us how you come to be here today?
No, I can't. I feel like a character in a Kafka novel. I haven't done anything. I've never stolen anything in my entire life. The earpiece was from her. It was a gift. Now, I can't account for my whereabouts every minute of the day, but nobody can.
tell you, the worst thing I ever done in my life was I worked for Nixon once. But it was only for an hour. And it was because...
Because of what?
Because this good-looking girl asked me.
Excuse me. Mr. Sims, why do you think Miss Langtree says that you committed these burglaries?
So she can get a shorter sentence, that's why. All she has to do is turn in the ringleader, so she says it's me. After that, she'll be on the street in 6 months. And then I'm sure you'll find her and the real ringleader sipping pina coladas in the Caribbean. Meanwhile, I'll be trying to make the prison boxing team.
Mr. Sims, upon careful consideration of the evidence presented, and notwithstanding that much of it is circumstantial, I find that the prosecution has substantiated a prima facie case against you, and therefore I'm going to send this case to the grand jury.
If it please, Your Honor, I'd like to request that Mr. Sims remain free on his own recognizance.
Denied. You are hereby remanded in custody with bail set at $200,000. I'm sorry, Mr. Sims, you're going to have to accompany the officers back to county until your bail can be arranged. This court is adjourned.
Oh, well.
I'm innocent.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a lot of guilty men go free, but I've never seen an innocent one go in yet. Just don't happen that way, my friend. What are you doing? Some Muslim thing?
Sort of. I'm praying to my God.
Yeah? Well, a lot of good that's gonna do you now. Watch your step.
Pull that elevator.
What do you got here?
Burglary.
Jewelry, sir?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my goodness.
WKRP in Cincinnati. We'll be back after this.
The guy confessed, yeah, but he's not the real ringleader. No, it was the woman, Jessica. It was all her idea. He was just some poor sucker who would do anything for a good-looking woman.
Not like you, huh?
That's right.
He practically put you in San Quentin. Yeah. You're lucky.
Luck had nothing to do with it. It was hardcore prayer. A miracle, pure and simple, my friend.
I've often thought that I had a double.
Oh, Les.
Imagine that, 2 of them.
I think there's another universe just like ours right next door, with all our doubles. A double station, double desks, double doors.
Double dates.
Yeah.
You know, I think I met my double once.
Oh, yeah? What did he look like?
Well, all I know is I've learned my lesson.
The value of prayer?
That, and never listen again to a good-looking woman.
Venus, would you do me a favor?
Coming up.
Again, and that which we have always taken for granted may no longer be. I refer, of course, to the lowly rutabaga. Experts predict that within this century, the rutabaga will disappear from the national diet.
No.
And why, you ask?
Why?
Consumer disinterest, apathy, and in some cases, believe it or not, open contempt.
No!
How have we arrived at this pretty pass?
Tell us, Lester.
Listen all this week for my 5-part gloves-off, no-holds-barred commentary, Rutabaga, the vanishing vegetable.
Say hallelujah, brother, I believe.
Hallelujah. Now the Johnny Fever radio broadcast.
Amen, and thank you, Lester Nessman, patron saint of the perpetually strange, here on WKRP. Now that you got all us vegetable worshippers whipped into a frenzy, let's take a little ride, shall we? This one goes out to a special little tomato that's dear to the doctor's heart.
Les, you're supposed to clear these little surprise documentaries with me first, remember?
Then they wouldn't be surprises, would they?
Now, he's really on to something this time, Travis. You know that they are clubbing baby rutabagas for their skins?
This is serious, John.
That's debatable, Les. Les, your stories always seem to have kind of a how should I put this?
Barnyard aroma?
Yeah. You never seem to do any people stories, Les.
Like what?
Like this.
What's this?
That's the number for the Northside Children's Clinic. They got some sort of money crisis down there.
Well, so what?
Well, so I want you to do a story on that.
Oh, give me a break.
Yes. It's a chance to do something nice. It'll keep us looking good during the rating period, and it'll make a poor little old lady very happy. This is a pet project of Mother Carlson.
Andy.
Lester, I know it's hard to believe she's more interested in sick kids than rutabaga is, but it is her station, so let's make her happy. Who knows? Maybe she'll put some walls up for your office.
I'll find a way to work it in.
What a guy. John, play the hits.
You know, I like to eat those things raw with a little salt.
Puzzle. Oh, Venus, would you help me with this, please?
What is it?
It's my convention kit checklist. Here, just read that off.
Joy buzzer?
Right. Joy buzzer.
Tie that lights up.
Gotcha. Tie the lights up. Huh?
Duck call.
Duck call.
Duck call.
Duck call. Welcome.
Whoopee cushion.
Whoopee cushion. What is the whoopee cushion? Uh-oh.
Well, you still got enough time to pick up one on the way to the bus station.
All right, I need a ride.
Okay, I'll tell Jennifer to call your cab.
Thanks. There you are, you little devil. Well, au reservoir, Nessman.
Oh, bye, Herb.
I tell you what, I'll be thinking of you poor working stiffs while I'm whooping it up in Akron, okay? No. Oh! What is that?
I think whooping is against the law in Akron. That was a joke. Something wrong, Les?
I'm working on something really important now. It's going to be this year's entry for the Buckeye News Hawk Awards competition. And Andy wants me on some depressing hospital story.
Oh, well, I'll do it.
You're not ready for field reporting.
Who's not ready?
I just meant it's a pretty dull story, that's all.
There are no dull stories, only dull reporters.
Well, that's true. Tell you what, Bailey. Why don't you write something up and I'll look it over. If it's good enough, maybe I'll let you do it on the air.
Good enough? Well, this will be the best darn story you ever saw.
We'll see.
Thank you, Les. You won't be sorry. Just wait till you read it. You are going to love it.
Now to save the rutabaga.
I don't care. At those prices, I could buy the laundromat across the street and wash them myself.
Hello.
Hi.
I came at a bad time, didn't I?
Sure. But there's never a good time around here anyway, you know. You're Miss Nichols?
Quarters, Bailey.
Perkins, Edna.
On behalf of the station, I would like to
Sit down.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it must be rating time.
I beg your pardon?
Well, isn't that when you radio and TV people crawl out of the woodwork and get interested in the community?
Would I be rude in pointing out that that's just the teeniest bit cynical?
No. Cynicism kind of goes with the territory.
Edna, accounting's on line 2 for you.
Tell him I'll call him right back. So, why are you here?
I would like to find out everything I can about your operation.
You would?
Yes. Then I will be able to write my story and solve your problem.
We have 12 wards full of sick and damaged children and barely enough money to care for them. There's your story. Go solve our problem.
Contributions are down.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought people always gave money to crippled children.
Oh, well, they did. But now they waste it on frivolous stuff like food and clothes, rent.
More goodies, Edna.
Thanks so much. It's tough all over, you know.
Yes, I know. But I think my story will make more people aware of the problem.
Honey, excuse me, but there is nothing your station can do that's going to bring the kind of money that we need.
Well, I don't see why you can't.
We need a research lab. We need hundreds of thousands of dollars in equipment. We need somebody who answers the phone. We need to be able to do the kind of work here that's really going to help these kids and not just put Band-Aids on them.
Yes, but a story on the radio can really help.
Excuse me, but we have had umpteen stories written about us.
Do you think one more will hurt?
No, I just don't believe it will help.
Well, I do.
You do you?
Yes.
Because if it won't, I really don't have time.
Trust me.
Oh, what the hell? Come on, I'll show you around. Hold my calls. Have you ever been to a children's hospital before?
Bailey, how about lunch? You know, lunch. It's that light meal people eat around noon. How about it?
How about what?
Maybe I'll go see what Andy's doing.
Jennifer, have you had lunch?
No.
Well, how about it? I need more time with this story anyway.
Good idea.
Jennifer, I went to Northside Children's Clinic today, and you will not believe what I saw. I went. Hi. I took a tour of the ward. And the children there.
In 1927. And finally, there's the story of Floyd Lattimore of Terre Haute, Indiana. In 1939, grew a rutabaga that looked exactly like Franklin Delano Roosevelt. In my 4 p.m. report, I'll examine the root causes.
Rutabaga.
Hello, Andy.
I thought we agreed not to mention vegetables on your newscast, Les, until after you did the hospital story.
Well, as a
I
matter of
told
fact-
you this was important to Mother Carlson. That makes it important to me, Les. So you will not mention rutabagas on this station until after you've done the other story. Got it?
But I promised my fans that at 4 o'clock
All right. Hospital at 2, rutabagas at 4. Deal?
Well...
A nice set of walls sure would look good in here, Les.
Deal. Andy.
Ooh.
My tour of the wards was something I'll not soon forget. Everywhere I looked were young faces filled with promise that will not be realized. Dreams that will never come true. But the event that summed up the experience for this reporter came as I was about to leave. I felt a tug on my skirt. At my shirt, and looked down into the face of a little boy named Bobby. He's 10 years old and unable to speak. But he reached up and he handed me a picture he had drawn, a crude rendering of a flower.
Oh, Jennifer, that was sensational.
Lithuanian food always is. Would you turn him down for me?
For in this primitive drawing, Bobby had managed to convey a sense of the true beauty that dwells within his soul.
Oh, my God.
Speaking as someone who someday hopes to bear children, to bear children on my shoulders. Men do that, you know. I would like to say that I'll never forget little Bobby. And I'll cherish his flower always. This is Les Nessman reporting.
You mean Les stole your story?
Word for word.
Well, I'm going right back there right now and tell him exactly what I think of that.
No, don't do that.
You're right. You should do that. Boy.
I'm not going to tell him. And Jennifer, I wish you wouldn't say anything.
Bailey, you have to stand up for what's yours.
The
You can't
story's
just
a fake. What? I made it up. There's no picture, no flower, and no...
Bobby.
Right.
Oh, Bailey, we could lose our license over this.
I know.
Nessman? He did? Well, I mean, I know he did. I know all about that. Matter of fact, I was kind of behind the whole thing myself. You do? Oh, sure, anything you want. Hello. Bye, Mom. She wants me to give Les a raise.
Excuse me. I just got off the phone with several contractors. Here are 3 competitive bids.
For what?
Walls, of course.
Walls?
Well, Andy promised them to me in exchange for that hospital piece I did.
Look, I don't know about walls, Les, but I do know that you're going to be earning an extra $25 a week effective right now.
Okay.
You know, I think walls for him would be a good idea. Big padded ones, about that thick.
The Cincinnati Enquirer just called. They want to run our hospital story in tomorrow morning's feature section.
Verbatim?
All except the part about less bearing children.
Hot dog, we're finally going to get this thing on the map in this town.
Oh, but did you tell Les?
Well, no, I thought I better tell you first.
You know, this could be just the public service campaign thing we need to tie the station into. This could be very, very big.
Oh, yeah.
Or not.
Well, why not?
Well, we might just be exploiting that little boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, heck no. Best thing that ever happened.
Oh, yeah.
We get him up here and then we'd take some pictures of him.
Right underneath the call letters.
Heck, we'd probably even take him out to lunch.
I have something to tell you. However, I promised that I wouldn't, so I guess I shouldn't, even though I should.
Did you understand that?
Perfectly. What's this about Les having babies?
That was a rotten thing to do, Les. That was my story.
I never said you could do it on the air.
Yes, you did, if it was good enough, remember?
Well, it needed work.
Hogwash. You didn't change a comma.
Boy, Les, we got some good news for you.
Les, your story about little Bobby is going to appear in tomorrow's Cincinnati Enquirer.
And it's going to read by Les Nessman, news director, WKRP Radio. Huh?
My gosh.
Isn't that terrific, Bailey?
Congratulations, Les.
You know, Bailey helped me with some of the basic research. Perhaps I should share the byline with her.
Well, that's very nice of you, Lester.
No. That's okay. I didn't do all that much.
Of course you did.
No, I didn't.
Did?
Didn't.
Did?
Now, listen, both of you, play nice now, kids.
Look, I got to call Mom back, let her know what's happening here. Oh, boy.
You know, Bailey, if you did have something to do with this, you should take part of the credit.
Yeah.
What's wrong with her?
Perhaps she's not ready for the limelight.
Well, I'll talk with her about it.
No. That's all right. I'm the news director. I know how to handle my reporters.
All right, then you do it, Les. And once again, thanks a lot. Hey, super job.
Believe me, Andy, it was nothing. Bailey.
You shouldn't have done it, Les.
It's just that Travis had me up against the wall. When someone mentions walls, I guess I go a little crazy.
I I mean, you really shouldn't have done it, Les.
Well, I've never done it before, and I promise I'll never do it again. But now the newspaper's involved. Do you know how long I've been trying to get something into print?
Oh, you can't let them run that story, Les.
Look, I'll tell Andy the truth as soon as the story runs.
But you don't know the truth. Do you want to hear it?
No. What I really want is Bobby's flower picture.
What?
That picture he drew for you. It would make a great companion piece for the article.
Well, you can't have it, Les.
I said I'd share the byline with you, and I will.
I don't have it.
Okay, what do you want? The sky's the limit.
Nothing.
I'll give you $10.
Les.
$13.50.
Les. The story is a lie.
Kidding. This is kidding. Darn it all, I never know when you people are trying to kid me. This isn't kidding? Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Well, I was going to rewrite it. I think.
You think?
Well, I'm pretty sure I would have. If he hadn't stolen it.
Objection? One does not steal what is on one's desk.
Les.
Did you, or did you not, knowingly commit falsehoods to paper?
I did.
There you have it. The journalistic integrity of my news department has been compromised.
You know, Les, while we're on the subject of journalistic integrity, I want you to go to your desk, get out your dictionary, and look up the word plagiarism.
All right.
And as for you, young lady, do you have any idea how serious this is? How serious is this?
Well, I think it can be straightened out if you'll just give Bailey and myself a few moments alone.
All right, just make it quick.
Sir, in here.
I'll be right outside, you know, if you need me.
Accepting for the moment the idea that you think you wouldn't have run that story.
That is the truth.
Well, then why did you even write it that way?
Because I didn't know any other way.
There must have been a dozen ways to write it. Why didn't you use a real kid?
I went down there expecting to see little kids with high temperatures and casts on their arms.
And?
I saw a 4-year-old burn victim. I saw a 6-year-old girl with leukemia. I saw a little boy who was allergic to his own skin.
Oh, Bailey.
I couldn't pick out just one, and I couldn't begin to describe them all, so I just put them all into Bobby.
I see.
The only thing I really made up was that stupid flower picture.
It was a nice touch, though, Bailey.
Plagiarism. An act or instance of plagiarizing. Something plagiarized.
So, do you want my 2 weeks' notice, or do I leave now?
Oh, come on. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, it seems to me that something like this came up at the Washington Post.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a woman made up a story about an 8-year-old junkie.
Right. And I believe the woman was fired for it.
Yes.
They had to fire her. Les said it. Journalistic integrity. You don't understand. If the people don't get the
Bailey, here, take it. Sit down over here a second, will you? I don't know how to break this to you, but this is not the Washington Post.
So?
So there's Washington Post integrity, there's WKRP integrity.
Well, I don't see the difference.
The difference is we have our own brand of the stuff around here. This is the station that has employed Herb Tarleek for the last 16 years. Don't talk to me about integrity.
But I want our news to have real weight to it.
Well, so do I, but we have Captain Rutabaga here for a news director. Let's not just go off the deep end, Bailey.
But
you screwed up. Around here, that makes you normal.
So, what do we do about the license?
We keep our mouths shut, and we never mention it again.
And the newspaper?
I'll take care of that.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Bailey? You ever do that again, you'll be the best-looking reporter on the unemployment line.
Right. Best looking?
Travis, what did you do to Nessman?
Nothing. Why?
Well, he came in this morning. He said he was through with vegetable stories forever.
Oh, fantastic.
The blood of the rutabaga is on your hands, pal.
Good morning.
Oh, Bailey, did you see it?
See what?
Your byline.
I thought you said you took care of it.
I did. I wrote that little prologue right there.
The following article by WKRP reporter Bailey Quarters describes her thoughts and feelings after touring Northside Children's Clinic. The character of Bobby is actually a composite of all the children Miss Quarters met that day. And they still wanted to run it?
Yep.
Oh.
Bailey!
Edna! Everybody, this is Edna Perkins from Northside.
Hi. Hi. Well, I just wanted to thank you for the story. We loved it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that part about the flower.
Sorry? That flower picture was worth 6,000 contributions this morning.
Well, I didn't even get one.
No. You got about 87 of them right here. Yeah, I taped the show when it ran, and then I visited the wards and played it for the kids. So they wanted to do these for you.
Oh, that's terrific.
Oh, they also sent some for the funny man who read your story.
That would be Les.
Hey, you know, speaking of Les, does anyone have any idea how he's taken the article?
I'll bet he's suicidal.
Not really. When he came in the booth a few minutes ago, he said we should watch for his byline tomorrow.
It's difficult to describe the feelings this reporter had as he walked through the pens. But I felt a tug on my pant leg. And I looked down into the face of Harold, a little razorback hog, blind since birth.